So I just kind of wanted to start off right now with some background information on yourself.
Okay. I've lived in the Linn-Mar district for uh, right around 40 years. All of my kids have gone to Linn-Mar schools, graduated, and they're off on their own now. I volunteered a couple of times in the Linn-Mar district and still live here in the Linn-Mar district.
And so, sorry, let me turn this off. Can you talk a little bit about, what you do as an occupation, just different things maybe around the community that you do a little bit?
Yeah, I worked for Collins Aerospace. It used to be called Rockwell Collins. Um, for 38 years, I think. And I just recently retired and am now doing some volunteer work with organizations around the area and volunteering at my church.
Gotcha. And how long did you say you've been in the Linn-Mar district?
40 years.
40 years. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I heard four, the 40 cut out. So I was making sure I got that right. Um, so for those who don't know you very well, why are you running for the school board race?
Um, there were lots of changes made in the last couple of years. And as a former parent and talking with lots of other parents that I know, they were just concerned about some of those policies that were made. So I attended some of the meetings and listened in on some of the information and was kind of concerned myself. So uh, I had lots of people talk to me and encourage me to run for Linn-Mar School Board. So I thought about it and decided I'd give it a try.
And so now, as you've had kind of, some time to think about it, what do you feel your role would be as a school board member?
Um, in talking with lots of folks and existing parents, and I do know a couple of teachers that are there as well. Um, it really just seems like we really need to get back to just the basic educational stuff. Um, all this theory and gender things, we need to let the parents and the kids decide on those themselves. If they want to do those, that's fine. But as a school, I think we need to stick to the basic core things that are needed for kids' education, so that way then they have good SAT scores when they get to college or whatever they decide to do as they get older.
And so now that the state house has kind of taken care of some of these policies, what are some other things that you hope to achieve then within the school district?
Um, Probably a big thing is when I worked at Collins, Collins always wanted our input, even if it was input that was against what management was doing. And so they had an IT thing where they would have a lot of questions, and then they would have comments. You could put in your comments, and it would uh, it would filter the information back to our managers and upper management, but it would never have our names included. So that way they were getting, you people that, maybe wanted to make a nasty comment, that they could make a nasty comment. And Collins management always took all of that information into, you know, took a look at it all. And I'm hearing from some parents that they do have some input into the schools and into the school board, but they're kind of afraid to really speak their mind. And so I would like to see if we could maybe do something like that so that we can gather everybody's information and everybody's thoughts, and so that we have a better understanding of what all parents want. And I also believe highly in the United States Constitution, and it states that it is supposed to be a limited government where the people actually have all the power. And so I would like the school board to be the same way, that I don't have any power there. I'm just a representative of the parents, The parents tell us what to do, and that's what we do.
And so I know you kind of touched on it a little bit, talking about the gender policy and whatnot that we saw this past year. Obviously, the state house has taken care of that issue specifically, but do you think that that's going to kind of play a role in this election now?
I'm not real sure because you're right. The state of Iowa has passed several laws that have done a lot of that stuff. Um, just at the recent board meeting that they had, they were going over some budget stuff, and one of the laws that the state passed was the ability for parents to take their kids to a different school, and then their money would then be taken out of that school and go to the new school. And in the budget things, we've seen, several parents moving their kids out. And so the budget has changed drastically because of some of that. And so if we could build a better environment to keep the students here in the school, then we're keeping the finances as well.
For sure. And then just kind of my last thing, for anyone who don't know you, is there anything else that you want them to know before they go out and vote at the polls?
Um, I've kind of touched on some of it. I just, uh, I don't want to be a representative that's in total power and I vote the way I want to vote. I want to get input from the parents and vote on policies or changes or things that are meeting a majority of what the parents want. And so, and the same thing with the election. We've got 4 open positions, and there's 8 people running, and so there's people on all various sides with various ideas. And so I encourage everybody in the district to get to know, who all is there, and go ahead and vote for whoever you prefer to, because that's another thing that, we each have a way. The Constitution gives us freedom of speech, and we also have freedom of choice. So everybody can choose whoever they want to vote for, and I really recommend that.